All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Haloyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakal Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so what I want to show you today is this video that I pulled off the internet. So let me just play. Let's just jump right into it. Let's get it.
This is the first time in human history we have been dunking.
Hold on. Let me just up the volume real quick, all right?
This is the first time in human history we have been dunking chicken in chlorine, labeling it as organic, and people are buying it.
Yeah, all right? That goes to show you how greatly defiled, all right? How greatly defiled our food system is, man. You know, the food supply is greatly defiled. All right, but that's prophecy. All right, written in the book of Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, and we'll get that. All right, and that's also one of the ways, all right, that shows you that we're living in hell. All right, we're living in hell in many different forms, man. When we look to the left and to the right, to the in front of us, in back of us, all right. We're living in hell in all types of ways. All right, with the food that we eat, because the food supply is greatly defiled. The water that we drink, it's greatly defiled. All right, the air that we breathe, the clothes that we wear. All right, we got to slave for Esau, Edom until we die. We slave for the money, then we got to give it back because we're subject unto payments. All right? And that's also in the scripture that we will be subject unto payments. All right? Those that earneth wages, all right, earneth as he droppeth money into a bag with a hole in it, man. You obtain money and then it goes it's like it's not there. It's like there has been a hole in that bag. You drop money into a bag with a hole in it, it just empties out, you know? We obtain money and then we still don't have any. All right, all these are different types of ways, you know, of living in hell, man. All the different types of hell that's upon us as a people. You know? But this punishment that we are in, all right, this hell that we're living in is almost over. All right? But anyway, let's get back to this video. All right? And I'll get the scriptures, you know?
This is the first time in human history we have been dunking chicken in chlorine, labeling it as organic.
Yeah, and if you watch my videos, all right, whoever, you know, may be listening to this video or whoever watches my videos out there, all right? You know, I've been going into a book called Population Control by Jim Mars. Right? And it goes into how greatly defiled the food supply is, man. The food supply, the GMOs, all of that, it's greatly defiled, man. The food here is done. The food here is literally not food. We're living in hell, man. We have to get out of here. This is one of the reasons why we beg for Yahweh Shai to come back. We want Yahweh Shai to come back, man. I say this to myself all the time. Every time I eat, all right, this is why, you know, this is why you got to eat as best as you can, man. If you're able to afford organic food, and you ain't got to eat much, bro. So really, you know, buying organic food, you know, it's more expensive, but at the same time, you know, you ain't got to eat 3-4 times a day. All you need is a nice, healthy amount of organic, you know, ground beef, and some eggs, and that's it, man. Eat about once or twice, very good, per day, man. You ain't gotta eat like that. You're not even supposed to eat like that. If you're getting the right nutrients, because your body, it really only needs the nutrients. Your body is what, the nutrients is what your body wants, right? If your body is receiving the correct nutrients, your body won't be hungry like that. The reason why you're constantly eating, right? Your mind tells your body to constantly eat because your body's not receiving the correct nutrients, the right amount of nutrients, because you're eating junk food, bro. There's no nutrients in a fucking brownie, in the Oreo cookie, man. In a Twinkie. People eat Twinkies and junk foods all day without eating real food. They're eating fast food, not getting any nutrients at all. Not eating vegetables, fruits. You get the right nutrients when you eat vegetables and fruits, herbs, spices. All right? Meats, chicken and beef, lamb, turkey. That's how you eat healthy, man. We got to try the best as we can. You should want to try it because, bro, knowing that this food is how defiled it is, you don't even want to eat it, man. Straight up, you don't even want to eat it. Because every time I take a bite into some food, right, I'm just like, bro, I say to myself, I just shake my head, man. I'm just like, man, I don't even want to eat this junk, man. You gotta, I thank God I gotta thank Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai that I have a organic spot by me, man. I could go there, buy toothpaste without fluoride in it. All organic fruits and vegetables. Herbs they have over there, wheatgrass shots they have over there. Everything's organic over there. Organic watermelon juice, cherry juice. Straight up. And I'm about to start cause at one time I was hurting a little bit, so I wasn't able to buy good food. But now, I'm up again. The water Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm able to have my daily bread again. Right, I'm about to start eating crazy good, man. At least the best to my ability, or what I think is good. All organic meats and fruits. What I know is good, not what I think. What I know is good. All right, but going back to what I was saying, when you take a bite of, you just be like, damn, I don't even want to eat this, man. I shake my head like I can't wait till Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh sends Yahweh Shai back, man. This is one of the ways we're living in hell, not because people don't even realize they're eating nothing but chemicals. Literally, nothing but chemicals. And this is all done under the watch of Esau Edom. He's the one that controls the food supply, the water supply. The entire food industry he controls. All right? Starting with the elite bankers, because they control every company known in existence, man. All right? So your chicken is being dunked in chlorine. Right? They try to tell you that it's to sanitize, right? All right, to get rid of bacteria that causes salmonella. But yet the UK and the EU, all right, dumping your chicken or your meats in chlorine, it's banned in the UK and the EU. Esau Edom always has some type of some fake ass scientific explanation or reason why they do what they do, but we know why, man. All right, it's part of the new world order agenda, man. All right, to depopulate the masses, to keep them zombified, so they don't know what's going on. The masses don't know that the elites, all right, have them in their complete control, have them as zombies, man. You know. Let's rewind this video real quick.
This is the first time in human history we have been dunking chicken in chlorine, labeling it as organic, and people are buying it. 97% of chickens.
Yeah, and that's what I meant to say. Going into the book, it's called Population Control by Jim Mars. All right, that book goes into all the ways Esau Edom goes about to depopulate the masses. And the food supply is poisoning the food supply, the water supply, the GMO crops, the grains, chemtrails in the sky. Right? Hold on, let me pause the video real quick. Yeah, that book goes into how the organic foods are not even really organic. You know, that they give the they wave off the organic label. You know, it's not organic label is not really, it's thrown around loosely now. It's not firm anymore. You know, because these companies go they check the food, man, for I forgot inspection. All right, it goes through an inspection. All right, so it could be labeled as organic, but now all the foods pass organic inspection, that they could just throw a organic label on it now. It doesn't really get checked firmly and hard like it used to, right? A lot of things getting labeled organic and it's still straight poison. All right, so that's why this man says right here, and even has it on screen, it says 97% of chickens processed in the USDA facilities are bathed in chlorine. All right, even certified organic farms and their processors do it. You see? All right, and it looked like this man put up an article, all right, coming from August 4th, 2023. You see? All right.
This is the first time in human history we have been dunking chicken in chlorine, labeling it as organic, and people are buying it. 97% of chickens processed through USDA are bathed in it, and this includes certified organic. In industrial farming, such large volumes of chicken are processed all in the same bath.
Yeah. All right, they feed the chickens GMO grains. All right? Even the chicken's diet is GMO. Genetically modified organisms. All right, even the chicken feed is genetically engineered, and then we eat the chicken. We're eating what they're eating because we eat the chicken. So even the chickens are eating poison, and now we're eating the chickens, right? And they're getting dunked in chlorine before after they get slaughtered, and packed up for the masses. All right, even I think, if I'm not mistaken, the population control also goes into that. If that's, I think I remember that's where I read it. All right. If not, it was another book. All right.
Includes certified organic. In industrial farming, such large volumes of chicken are processed all in the same bath. So if one chicken contains harmful bacteria like salmonella, that'll spread to the rest of them. Therefore, the USDA mandates another layer of sanitation, allowing up to 50 parts per million of chlorine. Chlorine wash is actually banned in the European Union, and US federal regulation.
Yeah, it's banned in the EU, right? Cause let me see if I can bring it up real quick. All right, cause I went into it. I even asked chat. All right, which we already know it. We already know it. Chicken does get hit with chlorine, but I asked the chat. Right, chat goes, good question. This is about chlorinated chicken, a topic that often comes up in food safety and trade debates. Right. It says some poultry processors use chlorine wash, right, or chlorinated water or antimicrobial rinses to kill bacteria like salmonella or Campylobacter on chicken carcasses. This rinse happens after the slaughter, before packaging. All right, chlorine concentration. See, they always, all right, chlorine concentration is very low. All right, trying to make it sound better, right? You still putting chlorine in it. You still hitting it with chlorine. It's chlorine, right? Comparable to what's in treated drinking water, all right? See, the purpose is to improve food safety, and the USDA and the FDA consider this safe for consumers. Well, the FDA is bought and paid for by the elite bankers, all right? But then you got the European Union, all right, in the UK. It bans the use of chlorine washed chicken, right? The use of chlorine washed chicken is banned, all right, in the UK, in the EU and the UK. All right, now why is it banned? All right, but America does it. That bro. Everything outside of America, like if I'm not mistaken, everything outside of America doesn't need an organic sticker or non-GMO sticker because everything's already non-GMO and organic, right? They don't need the USDA organic sticker on it, right? All right. If it was so good for you, why is it banned in the European Union and the UK? See, American food is the most defiled, the very most defiled, the utmost defiled food on the earth. American food, and that's why the people in America are so dumb. Literally, this is why one of the reasons why they are so dumb and stupid. Cause all the chemicals and drugs they ingest, all right, when eating food. You look at the ingredient list. You go to the food store, right? You buy cookies or something, right? You buy cookies, cupcakes, whatever from the bakery, right? You look at the ingredient list, it's an entire laundry list of ingredients, bro. And most of the ingredients, you gotta research what they are, right? Because they got some weird long ass name, right? You gotta be like, yo, what's this, right? That's what you should be doing, you know. It's a freaking cookie, but it got 40 ingredients in it. It don't take 40 ingredients to make a cookie, man. Right? Cupcake with a 40 ingredient list, right? Like Chick-fil-A, for example. You should know not to eat fast food, right? You should at least know this, man. Right? A Chick-fil-A chicken got 40 ingredients in it, man. Look it up. Matter of fact, let me see if let's look it up real quick, right? How many ingredients, right, are in a Chick-fil-A, right? Let's see, chicken sandwich, right? Let's see if we look it up. Let's see if it's gonna give me the correct answer, because I already know the answer. All right. Woo! All right, Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. This is a chicken sandwich. All right, what's in a chicken sandwich? Chicken, right? And the buns, you got the buns, maybe lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles, maybe, right? But it says right here, the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich contains 55 ingredients. What is 55 ingredients doing in chicken, man? This count encompasses repeated ingredients used in different parts of the sandwich. Come on, man. Such as salt, sugar, right? What is sugar doing in chicken? Right? What is sugar doing in chicken, man? Right? And MSG, right? Come on, man. All right. Let's go back to this video, right? Matter of fact, let's read this real quick. It says the use of chlorine washed chicken is banned. All right. EU, that's in the EU and the UK, right? EU and the UK food safety rules require pathogens to be controlled earlier in the production chain. on the farm and during slaughter, not with chemical washes at the end. As a result, chlorinated chicken cannot be sold in those markets. You see? All right? There's different ways to go about cleansing, all right, and getting rid of bacteria, man. You know? If I'm not mistaken, you can wash your chicken in lemon juice. Right? Listen, let's ask chat that real quick. Does lemon juice cleanse chicken? All right. Let's get that. Let's see what chat say. All right, it says deodorizes. All right, the acid in lemon juice can neutralize some of the raw, gamey smell of poultry. Tenderizes slightly because it's acidic. Lemon juice can start to break down proteins on the surface, giving slightly softer texture. All right, so it tenderizes it. Right. It says what lemon juice does not do. It does not kill harmful bacteria effectively. All right. Lemon juice is acidic pH 2, but it's not strong enough nor apply. Well, I'm pretty sure if you soak it in there, man. All right. Like really wash it with lemon juice, man. Right. You know, of course, chat gonna say something like this, right? But it's not strong enough, all right, nor applied enough, long enough to destroy pathogens, all right, like salmonella, all right, that may be present in raw chicken. All right. Washing or soaking chicken in lemon juice or vinegar salt won't make microbiologically safe, and in fact, rinsing raw chicken can shut the fuck up, man. All right. Damn, man, Esau a doozy, man. Right. But let's finish watching this video. Let me run it back one more time.
This is the first time in human history we have been dunking chicken in chlorine, labeling it as organic, and people are buying it. 97% of chickens processed through USDA are bathed in it, and this includes certified organic. In industrial farming, such large volumes of chicken are processed all in the same bath, so if one chicken contains harmful bacteria like salmonella, that'll spread to the rest of them. Therefore, the USDA mandates another layer of sanitation, allowing up to 50 parts per million of chlorine. Chlorine wash is actually banned in the European Union, and US federal regulations do not require disclosure of sanitation ingredients on packaging. The better alternative is air chilled, where the birds are passed through a cold chamber rather than a chlorine bath, and this also eliminates contamination risk without getting chlorine in your chicken.
All right, air chilled, all right, air chilled eliminates, what do you say, health risk or bacteria risk?
They're passed through a cold chamber rather than a chlorine bath, and this also eliminates contamination risk without getting chlorine in your chicken.
Contamination risk. All right.
This is the first time in human cold chamber rather than a chlorine bath, and this also is air chilled, where the birds are passed through a cold chamber rather than a chlorine bath, and this also eliminates contamination risk without getting chlorine in your chicken.
All right, so air chilled chicken, all right, is another way, all right, to cleanse chicken before it hits the shelves, right? So now let's get into the scriptures, man. All right. What is it? Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, right? Ezekiel 4, because it was prophecy, all right, that the Israelites, all right, wherever they were scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, all right, they will be eating defiled food, and that's part of the hell, all right, that we're living in, all right? All right, many things add to this hell that we're living in, man. All right, the defiled food, all right, slaving for Esau, Edom, breathing in aluminum, all right, because the air that we breathe, all right, is poisoned with aluminum and barium, right? So we're breathing messed up air, slaving for Esau, Edom until we die, eating defiled foods, drinking defiled water. The women are out of whack. Right? This whole world is done. This entire earth, this current age that we're living in is done. Seeing the mindsets of the people, having to see the mindsets of the people, man, in this current age, that's all part of this hell that we, that we're suffering in, man. All right? This is all part of the punishment that the Lord has put us in, man. You know? And we got to suffer through it, man. All right, until Yahweh Shai comes back. Right? All right. So it says right here, all right, this is what the Lord told Ezekiel. All right, Ezekiel 4:13, and Yahweh said, even thus the children of Israel, which is you Negroes, you Latinos and Native Americans, right? Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles. And we are among the Gentiles, the other nations, right? And we live amongst them and we eat our bread defiled. Our food is defiled, man. On a whole nother level. On a whole nother level. If you actually understood what is being done to the food and what you're being fed, all right, you will understand that the food is greatly defiled, man. The food industry is a wicked industry. All right, go back, watch the videos that I done on a book called Population Control by Jim Marrs. I've done many lessons on that book, and that book goes into how defiled the food industry is. Right? The fake sweeteners, the poisons. Oh, man, bro. It's crazy. The whole grain, the GMOs. And woo, all right? I also go into other books like Toxic Oil. Right? What they do to these seed oils, which are poisonous as hell on another level. That's another way our food is defiled. Because everything has seed oil in it. Even granola bars have seed oils in them. Your bread has seed oils in them. All right? Cookies and, brownies and all have seed oil in them. Potato chips and, tortilla chips. Everything has seed oils in it. And when you I done lessons on a book called Toxic Oil. It goes into the seed oils, bro. How it breaks down the process that they go through. They bleach the hell out of the seed oils, the canola oil, right? The sunflower oil. What other oils, man? Man, there's other oils. All right, sunflower oil, seed oil, rapeseed oil. Right? These are all oils that destroy your body. All right? On a whole nother level. All right? And this is done all under Esau Edom's watch. This is why you got to have the knowledge, man. The Lord gave us the knowledge. Right? The prophets and the servants hold the greatest knowledge on earth, man. We should know not to be eating these foods. But you try the best you can, right? With what you can do. Right? Because you got to understand these foods, right? They lower your vibration. These foods lower your vibration. You got to eat foods that have a higher vibration. Right? These foods mess with your spirit. You got to eat clean, man. Right? So it says, Ezekiel 4:13, and the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles. Right? Whither I will drive them. All right, so all over the world, the Israelites are scattered, eating defiled foods. All right, not just here in America, but mainly here in, bro. I can't even put it into words, man. Once you really start reading and understanding and gaining this knowledge of how greatly defiled this food is, bro, you just don't even want to eat no more. For real. Everything is poison, bro. But again, we're reading it right here. This was prophecy. All right, that we shall eat our food defiled among the Gentiles. Right? Matter of fact, let's read up more. Right? Let's read let's just get to the point. Ezekiel 4:12. It says, and thou shalt eat it as barley cakes. Yeah, because the Lord was telling Ezekiel what he should use, all right, to make a certain look, I'll read it. Matter of fact, it says Ezekiel 4:10. Matter of fact, I start at verse 9, all right? As you see, it says right here, defiled bread, all right? Ezekiel 4:9, it says, take thou also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet and fitches, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. And thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of an hin. From time to time shalt thou drink, as thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, as thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. Dung is shit. He said, you shall bake it with the dung of men. All right. And the Lord was basically letting them know that this is how defiled your food is going to be. All right. All this represents how defiled, all right, our food will be. All right. The Lord said, take all of this and bake it with man shit that comes out from people, man. It's all supposed to be a representation of how defiled the food is going to be that we eat here in this current age. Right? And thou shalt eat it as barley, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. All right? And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. All right? Then said I, Lord Yahweh, the Most High, behold, my soul, because the Lord told him that, and he was like, all right, Ezekiel, Ezekiel 4:14, then said I, Lord God Yahweh, the Most High, behold, my soul has not been polluted, for from my youth even up till now have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came there abominable flesh unto my mouth. Then said he unto me, lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung. So the Lord eased it up a little bit, right? And thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith, all right? So this is all a representation of how defiled our food will be. The Lord told him to make a certain type of a meal, right? Take this and take that, right? Measure this with measure that. And then the Lord said to mix it with human dung, human shit, man. Right? And then the Lord said, replace it with cow's dung, all right, instead of man's dung. All right? You see? All right? So that goes to show you how defiled the food is. All right? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratdazat. This lesson is edifying, all right? And all those videos that I reference, you should go watch it, man. For real. All right? Go on my YouTube page, and in the search bar, type in population control. Right? Type in toxic oil. Right? And all those videos will come up, man, about how toxic and defiled our food is. So, with that being said, call Haloyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakal Quitash. The water. All right. Aman. All right. Until the next one. Shalom.